Hello everyone, this week is going to be a little bit different as different people tell me what I was wrong about with my top 100. Today, apparently I've been wrong about Red Rising and Better Half Reviews is here to tell me why.
What's up everyone, I'm Allison with Better Half Reviews, and should we talk about why Oliver is wrong? Let's do it. I am sorry to say, but Oliver, you are wrong for loving Red Rising so much. You have that as your number 32, I believe. And that's just way too high up on your list. So Red Rising, it's based off of a book series, and Stonemaier put out the game, and it's got tons of cards. It's got cool art, I'll give you that. And it's got some cool resources and things that you can do, but you're just wrong. I had so many bad experiences with this game. So we played a lot of two-player in this, and the way that the cards are, it's like you're putting cards down in certain rows, and cards are kind of switching out, and sometimes you can get stuck in like never-ending circle of the same cards and not go through the rest of the deck. And a lot of the cards in the game, you have to try to like mix and match different things. So I had an instance where it's like, oh, if you have copper cards, you're going to get some bonuses here. And I'm like, okay, great. And I'm like, what's a copper card? And I'm looking at the cards that I have, looking at the cards that are on the board or that I've kind of seen. And I'm like, I don't remember seeing copper. And so I'm looking at like the yellowy one. I'm like, is this supposed to be copper? Nope. We didn't see a single copper card in the entire game until after we went through and looked at the deck. And so like just with having so many cards in the game and not always being able to file through them, it can really sour the experience of the game because you need certain types of cards to get bonuses. So unless you're playing at a higher player count, you might not find your cards. Also, cut to the cards themselves. Like I said, the art is cool and it has some cool pictures of characters. I don't know who the characters are. I don't really care. That's fine. But what I care about is all that tiny writing at the bottom of the card that tells you what the card does, the bonuses you can get from other cards that you may collect that are similar to it or different from it. And it's so hard to play the game because it's like, here's this giant picture of a person I don't care about and all this tiny little writing that I need to know. So if cards have too much writing on them, it's like, what's that do again? That has too many words on it. I'm not even going to look at it. Or on like the left side of the cards, there's somewhere it's like, hey, if you have this person too, you can get some whatever. And the pictures are so tiny, I'm like, So I just kind of wish that the focus of the cards were a little bit less on giant pictures of faces I don't care about, and maybe like made the bigger area of writing so it's just easier to see. I don't know, it just would make it easier to play. That being said, I know it's based off of a book series that I haven't read, but I kind of wish they had simplified it a little bit because there are so many different factions and so many colors that are similar. Like they have a gold faction and a yellow faction. So it's just kind of easy to confuse them and mix them up. I just kind of wish they had, I don't know, slimmed it down somehow. I know that there is a game that's been said that's similar, Fantasy Realms, that I should maybe try instead. I just haven't gotten around to it because Red Rising it just soured it up too much for me, so I'm just like, I'm good. So I'm sorry, Oliver, you're wrong. If I had to make a top 100 list and that game was included, it would probably be 100.
Well, I have a little bit of a comeback. I would say that a lot of big, really loved games also have a deck where you might not see something. So yes, you might not have found one of those elusive copper cards, but games like Ark Nova, Terraforming Mars, they also have a huge deck, and you kind of got to just work with what you're given and not hope that you'll get through enough of that deck. Yes, it can be a little bit frustrating, but I think it gives you much more time than some of the other games that do this sort of thing like Marvel Remix, which is over so quickly you've not had a chance to swap things in and out of your hand, and Red Rising does allow that. I'd also hugely recommend you read the books. The first trilogy is absolutely fantastic, and I am very soon going to start the second trilogy as well. They're kind of linked apparently, but you can definitely just read the first one and enjoy, and you'll get kind of a lot more out of the board game if you ever do want to play it again. You'll get a little bit more out of it as some of the characters come out, and those links that seem a little random, well, they make a little bit more thematic sense. Anyway, let's pass back to Alison to find out a little bit more about her channel.
Thanks again, Oliver, for letting me come over on your channel and bash one of your top 100 games. Again, I'm Alison with Better Half Reviews. If you want to know where to find me, I'm not going to tell you where I live, but you can find me on social media under Better Half Reviews on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and I'm too lazy to add any other social media accounts. But anyway, so I'm half of the Better Half Reviews team. My other half is Bryce. We do talk about reviews, previews for Kickstarters or GameFound, top 10 lists, and whatever else we feel like. Yeah, so go check us out on social media and give us a like and subscribe if you like our stuff. And you can also like this video even though Oliver's wrong about Red Rising. So like it if you agree with me, and like it if you agree with him, I guess, too. Anyway, happy gaming!